All right, we take a look outside. Another gloomy, cloudy day today after the rainfall that we had this morning. Had some of that wintry mix across parts of Benton County, parts of Carroll County, parts of Madison County as well. Pretty much this morning, we saw almost every type of precip across extreme parts of northwest Arkansas. Now, we're going to start to at least dry out the rest of the day. Can't rule out some patchy drizzle. Can't rule out maybe a few snowflakes still left to go this evening. But overall, the brunt of the system is long gone now. We take a little bit of a look towards the west, and we talked about how there's a little bit of moisture between here and Tulsa. More than likely, this is going to continue to fade away to more of just that patchy drizzle, as that freezing line is pretty much right along 44. So as it continues to push off towards the southeast, more than likely going to eventually just turn back into that rainfall and just result in some patchy drizzle across the area. We take a look back here at home. Cloud coverage across most of northwest Arkansas now. Maybe some patchy drizzle out there, some low clouds as well. Could lead to some low visibility, but outside of that, it's just going to be a gloomy, cold day today across the River Valley. Temperatures into those upper 30s, low 40s out there. This is pretty much where we're going to be when it comes to our daytime highs today. Current temperatures, again, around those upper 30s and low 40s for us today. Not much higher when it comes to our afternoon highs, just due to the lack of sunshine and that wind now coming down from the northwest, not going to warm up temperatures very much today. We take a look at that rain chance timeline throughout the rest of the day today. When it comes to any type of precip, I think for the most part we are done, outside of maybe a few stray snowflakes going into the rest of this evening hours. That's why we have about that 10% chance of maybe a little bit extra moisture working in for tonight. But by the time we get to tomorrow, it's going to be a bitterly cold start, but at least we start to see that sunshine start to break out by the time we get to the mid-morning hours and into the early afternoon of tomorrow. We take a look at Futurecast. Again, still chilly this evening due to the extra cloud coverage. Some extra moisture will be available, and that's where we could see maybe a few more snowflakes starting to work their way in across parts of northwest Arkansas and the River Valley when it comes to this evening. But overall, when it comes to accumulation, not looking at much. You may just be driving along on your way back home from work and notice, hey, there's a few snowflakes still falling out there. Don't worry, it's not going to be anything necessarily significant when it comes to more accumulation for today. Really, the next big concern is going to be tomorrow morning. We could have some refreeze overnight tonight when it comes to the moisture on the roadways still being there during the overnight hours and into tomorrow, as tomorrow morning is going to be a bitterly cold start. Wind chill value is going to start off into the single digits across parts of northwest Arkansas, across the River Valley. We'll more than likely see those wind chill values into the single digits and teens as we're heading out the door for our Thursday morning. So do me a favor and bundle up for tomorrow. Good news is we finally see sunshine for the first time in what feels like days, but temperatures only top out close to those low to mid 30s for tomorrow across the River Valley. Temperatures going to be bitter for the morning hours. By the time we get to the afternoon, warming up into those low 40s and see some sunshine. Before we take a look at that 7-day forecast, here's a look at what comes for the weekend. Friday night going into Saturday, more of those rain chances pick back up. But as we get into Saturday evening, that cold air is going to start to filter in, and we could go again from that cold rainfall over to some wintry mix and maybe even some snowflakes this time across parts of northwest Arkansas and the River Valley going into Saturday night and into Sunday morning. Can't rule out another round of some winter precipitation. Northwest Arkansas over the next 7 days. Again, weather impact alert for today was mainly for the morning hours. This evening, we could see maybe a few more snowflakes here and there, but overall, just be cautious over the next few hours as it's still very wet out there. Those wet roadways could still cause some issues. Tomorrow morning is going to be a bitterly cold start to the day, so be cautious of a few slick spots here and there just due to the chance of some refreeze, but overall bundle up because we're going to have those wind chill values single digits and teens. We briefly warm up going into the Valentine's Day. And then Saturday, it looks very rainy throughout most of the day, especially in the evening. And then that evening hours when we could transition from rain back over into some snowflakes going into early on Sunday morning. That's our next chance for some wintry precipitation. And then early signs showing that once again, even after the weekend going into this time next week, we could be in for another round. So still winter, still got multiple systems to talk about. As we get a little bit closer, we'll have some better data.